Welcome to Dreaming After Dark. I'm your host, April, and I'm really glad you're here listening. I think it's time to talk about what is happening in the world right now. I know a lot of people are feeling scared, uncertain, confused. Like, why is any of this happening? Fundamentally, I think all of us in this country want the same things. A lot of people are trying to make sense of the world right now, and a lot of people are probably immersing themselves in a lot of the news and conversations that are going around, probably a little too much. I think it's really important to take time away from all of the noise, to give yourself a little grace. It's okay if sometimes you just shut it out and you just focus on yourself and your life and the things that you can control. But at the same time, I think it's really important to lend your voice. I think if you have something to say, you should say it. You never know who is listening. You never know what you can spark by just voicing your opinion on something. Someone might agree with you, they might disagree with you. Either way, I think it's important for people to use their voice, to speak up. If they feel like there is an injustice happening in the world, I think people need to say it out loud and not worry about the backlash, not worrying about, oh, am I going to lose friends? Am I going to lose followers? Am I going to lose family members and relationships if I say something that I believe wholeheartedly and someone disagrees with me? Who fucking cares? I think now more than ever, the world needs people to speak up, to speak their truth, to say how they feel, to lend their voice, to say, I support this or I don't support this. I am one person in the world who feels so strongly about so many things. And for years, I would just kind of shout from my mountaintop, hey, I think you should pay attention to this. I think you should read more about this. I think you should know about this. I think you should have some awareness of this thing that's happening in the world. Honestly, I don't think many people were ever really paying attention to me, but there are a few people who, when they see me say something, when they see me standing up for something, it gives them the courage to do the same, to say, you know what? Yeah, I think this is bullshit too. And then they're on their own mountaintop shouting and yelling to everybody to pay attention, to wake up, to, hey, look at this. You should know about this, right? That's the bare minimum of what we can do. When you're sitting on the sidelines and you're just quiet about things that are happening and you're just pretending like it's not happening, that's kind of scary. I think people like that are scary because who are you? Fundamentally, who are you? I have no idea. It's like people are walking around just like a shell of a human being. I don't even know if they even feel anything because they don't say anything about anything that matters. In this world, there are things that actually matter. There are things that actually affect people's livelihoods. All this news about celebrities breaking up and who did what to who and who's beefing with this person, it's just noise. One of the biggest concerns I have right now are these political podcasters who have these sort of debates with their callers, right? So they have people calling in and they'll just ask each other a bunch of questions. And it's like, well, don't you believe in this? And so you don't believe in that? You don't believe in this? Like, those conversations are so useless. I get it that maybe they think, okay, if I debate this person, I can change their mind. This one person, if I sit here and have a 20-minute phone call with them and basically point out how stupid they are for thinking the way they think, I might convince them to never be a Trump supporter again. That's crazy. You think that you're doing something by arguing with these people who didn't even have the capacity for empathy and logical reasoning in the first place. And you think that you're going to change people's minds by basically telling them they're an idiot on a podcast? I think these people could use their time a lot better, honestly. I think that the goal of what we should be doing as a society that is trying to get us to a place of progress where we're in forward motion. Right now we're in backward motion, but we need to get into forward motion. And the way that it happens is by educating people. So if you're going to be out there having a podcast talking about politics and all this stuff, stop using it to call Trump supporters dumb. It's a waste of time. use the platform to educate people, to simply talk about, hey, these are some policies that I think we all could agree on that I think would better everyone's lives. Let's talk about infrastructure. Every time they talk about global warming, I feel like they don't talk about it in a way that is practical and makes the most sense. When we're talking about global warming, we're talking about the ramifications of a city who has not built up barriers for floods or proper irrigation or proper drainage systems or whatever it might be. We're talking about infrastructure. We're not just saying, oh, look, the temperature is going to get warmer. That's not the point of the conversation of global warming. The point is to say weather is going to do different things in different areas. The weather is going to change from what we're used to. We're going to see more hurricanes, more tornadoes. All of these things are going to happen as a result of global warming. The sea levels are going to rise, things like that. Or certain areas might face longer droughts. The whole point is to say, hey, let's focus our time, energy, money, resources on fixing the infrastructure, on creating jobs that are going to better the lives of the people in the towns, the cities, the states, in the places where hurricanes and tornadoes and such are going to cause the biggest impact. So let's focus on building infrastructure and creating jobs to get ahead of the potential disasters. That's all they're talking about, but they don't ever say it in a way that makes sense. Everything needs to come from a point of we're trying to educate the masses